Hello, sis. You have been missed. And it's time to date what a merry well. Hey, good day, sis. I don't know if it's morning, noon, or night when you're watching this, but my name is Sierra J. Exantis, and women hire me to teach them how to date well, to marry well. So, listen, I want to talk to you today about time wasters. Okay, why you are wasting time with time wasters. Hopefully, you're not, but if you are, let's talk about it. You know, part of what I do is I teach women how to date well so that they can marry well. I really value healthy relationships. I'm not a person that's just a proponent for marriage just for the sake of marriage. Oh, y'all together, y'all need to get married. I don't ever tell people that because marriage to me is something that is a lifetime bond, a lifetime commitment. So it's something that you really have to take very seriously early on before you hit yourself to the wrong train. So, with that being said, I like to help women kind of identify things early on that don't make for a great husband. Um, so, today I want to talk about time wasters. So, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so first of all, what is a time waster? A time waster is a man that does not value your time. He simply doesn't. Most of the time, he is very he's more interested in what he wants and less interested in what you want. So with that being said, he is going to use you only to the extent that it serves him. Anything that has to do with you, valuing you and your time and respecting you is of little importance to him. So that's a time waster. So now that we kind of got that definition out of the way, let's talk about um, how do you know you're with a time waster? How do you know? And also, let's talk about why women waste time. Let me make sure I write that down. Why, so I don't forget to, go into that. But excuse me. Whew, T got your girl feeling some type of way up in here. But anyway, let's talk about ways that men waste time, right? Or how do you know you're with a time waster? Like we said, time wasters do not value your time because they are more focused on what they want for themselves. They don't see this as a we thing. It's all about me thing for time waster. And their behavior says a lot. A time waster is someone that is not either going to show up late for events or for things that you have pre-planned or not show up at all. And they do not have any accountability for their actions. So whenever they do show up late, they don't necessarily apologize, or if they do, it's more like a apology just kind of brushed off. Oh, my bad, something like that. And it doesn't really have much regard for the time that you spent waiting on them or the time that you spent waiting on them and they never showed up. So that's number one sign of a time waster. Someone who is not serious or does not value the value being with you. And also when they show up, they are full of excuses. Yes, honey, excuses out the yin yang in this thing with excuses, right? Also, time waster is somebody who does not text back, right? They're not trying to text you back, or they'll leave you on read for a long time. And see, really, I never really got the whole why it takes so long to text. What are we really trying to prove? Time is of the essence. If you really want to be with me and trying to build something with me, you'll think we'll try to, get the little small things out the way so we can get to the bigger things. And texting is a small thing. Texting back is a small thing. So it's like, okay, the logic here is what I'm not real sure. Trying to prove that, you ain't got to wait on me or that you don't have time, to respond back because you're so super busy, which that does happen, especially if people are working. But if that is a habit, a habitual thing where you are constantly left on read, or a person does not take the time to respond back to you in a timely manner, that's a sign that he's a time waster. Um, Also, sign of a time waster is whenever you're in their presence, they are not they're physically present, but they're mentally absent. They are physically present with you when it comes to things like getting in a bed. I don't even really call it being intimate, because I don't know, my definition of intimacy is very different. I believe that just because you had sex don't mean you were intimate. You know, intimacy is something different for me, but that's a whole nother video. But a time waster, they only have time for the physical. They're not interested in much beyond that. They don't necessarily even listen to what it is that you like, or even the small things that you would appreciate. They simply don't care because it is mainly all about them in their mind. Also, a time waster is, like I said, mentally distant. And one of those ways that you can tell if a man is mentally distant from you is if you're having a conversation with him and you're all into the conversation, and out of nowhere he'll just start talking to somebody else. His mind is like going, always wondering. It's not really vested in you or your conversation. Like, y'all can be in a what you think is a deep conversation, and then somebody else come up or somebody call, and he don't even say, oh, excuse me for a minute, 1 second. While he addressed the other person, he'll just start talking to him. Oh, yeah, I know, yeah, I know, you wild, they wild, man, yeah, you know, just, it's like, weren't we having a conversation and you just skipped on talking to somebody else? They'll do that on the phone if you have a phone conversation. If you are having a face-to-face conversation, they don't have any problem doing that. So that's another sign of a time waster. Like I said, physically present but mentally distant. They don't listen to you. Another sign of a time waster is somebody that simply does not value keeping their commitments to you, or they make you feel as though you are a chore. You know, being with you is not something that is, you know, they hold in high regard. Doing things for you isn't something that they value. They feel like it's a chore or an inconvenience in their life to do something for you. So, for example, you ask them to do something, you ask them to take you somewhere, you ask them to please run an errand for you or something like that, and they might agree to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it, I got you. But then they don't show up for it, and they don't even hold themselves accountable to being responsible for keeping their word. So those are ways that you know that you are with a time waster. And if you are with somebody like that, I advise you to get out, because usually time wasters, that time wasting is a way that they test how far they can go with you. And a person that will treat you like that with no accountability, they see you as somebody that does not value their own time. And when a man sees you as a woman that doesn't value her time, they're going to treat you accordingly. Now let's talk about, why do women waste time with time wasters? They waste time. We waste time with time wasters because we believe that at some point this man is going to see our value and he's going to change. He's going to see the value that we bring to the table and he is going to change. He's going to realize one day what he has and is going to change. And the answer to that is 9.99999 times out of 10, that is not going to happen. It's only going to be downhill from there in terms of his level of love and respect for you and what you bring to the table, because he's going to see you as disposable and dispensable, and he's going to see your time as something that can be taken advantage of. Another reason that we waste time with time wasters is because we do not understand our value, and we do not understand that it is okay to set boundaries of what you will accept and what you won't accept. When you're dating, you don't have to be hitched to the first person that you find attractive or the first person that finds you attractive. If things are going great, fine. But if at some point a person's character starts to become revealed and time wasting and not keeping commitments is a part of their character, then yeah, you do need to sever ties, because now you're wasting your own time. And if you're a woman who wants to date well to marry well, we ain't on that type of time, sis. We ain't on that type of time. This has been Sierra Exantis, and I teach women how to date well to marry well. Also, I want to advise you that right now, my book, Date Well, Marry Well Journal, okay, the little black book for the single marriage minded woman, is on pre-sale right now. I will put the link in the description box so that way you can make sure that you get yourself a copy. Not only will you be able to use a discount code to get some money off of that book, you will also be gifted with a bonus video that I am only making exclusive to those who take advantage of the pre-sale. But yes, honey, this Date Well, Marry Well journal, it is going to help to keep you accountable. It is going to help to give you the clarity you need in this chaotic dating culture, and it's going to help guide you with the right questions and the right things that you need to be asking before. Oh, is that an earring that fell? Yes, it did. Am I going to edit that? No, I'm not, honey. Real life, real life. But anyways, that book is going to help to keep you accountable and help to give you some guidance in this chaotic dating culture. All right. So anyway, without further ado, my name is Sierra J. Exantis, and women hire me to teach them how to date well to marry well. Bye, sis.